Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Fight, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host of it, and 9 losses in a row for the New York Yankees. They've not lost this many games since 1982 when Gene Michael and Clyde King were the managers. This happened during the Clyde King part of 1982. Before we get into this wonderful video, you need to subscribe to the Baseball Hut too. And like this video in particular. As you can tell, I'm a Mets fan, so I am like smiling from ear to ear. Believe it or not, I do smile. I do smile here. The Yankees lost again. They were shut down by the powerhouse known as the Washington Nationals, 2-1. Their bullpen shut them down, and the vaunted Yankee bullpen, who throws hard, they throw 95 to 100 miles an hour, but they always lose games. And C.J. Abrams hit an 8th inning home run against Tommy Cleany. It doesn't matter what you call him. He's mud. He's terrible. He's shot. The Yankees are shot. Aaron Boone is on the precipice of getting sent off to the Phantom Zone by Hal Steinbrenner, while Brian Cashman is basically allowed to, GM another year. GM another year. This is a team that's not been to the World Series since 2009. This is a team that's not developed a star pitcher since Andy Pettitte. This is a team that, even though you hear all these rankings, their minor league system is really considered rather mediocre, not very good. They have so much dead money that is accumulated on this team. Just give you an idea. And here's the thing, this Yankee team cannot spend its way out of this mess, out of this disaster that Hal Steinbrenner and, of course, Brian Cashman have created. And it all started at one single point, and that is when they made the trade for Giancarlo Stanton. Right now, Stanton he's got a little under 400 home runs in his career. He's one of the great power hitters in the last 10 years, but he is done. And he's got 5 more years on his contract at an extremely high amount of money. Even with the Marlins taking some of that contract, the money that he is, and the years, it's really the years. A lot of times with these contracts, it's not so much the money, it's the length of contract. And he's got many years to go. 5 more years on this contract that he has. DJ LeMahieu, done, gone. He is pretty much done. I guess he's got 2 more years on his contract. Thank God the Mets didn't sign him. I was doing videos on him. Thank God. Thank God. He's done. Carlos Rodon. Kissing the money goodbye. He's got 5 more years on his contract. And he's barely played. And I would mention, that was not a smart move, signing Carlos Rodon. And the reason is he's had a history of injuries. He had a lot of injuries with the Chicago White Sox, where he's missed significant amounts of time. He missed half the season this year. And even when he came back, he missed time again when he finally got the pitch. And then he pitched so poorly, he's blowing kisses at the fans in Oakland. I didn't know there were a lot of hecklers. There were a lot of hecklers there in Oakland between him and Anthony Rendon. They certainly hear a lot of heckling there in Alameda. And then, of course, they're still on the hook for Aaron Hicks, who, by the way, was playing rather well in Baltimore until he was injured. Now, after this year, after 2023, Jared Cole and Aaron Hicks will be getting $500 million total. Now, let's talk about Aaron Judge again. Let's talk about horseface. Aaron Judge again. In 4 of his 7 years, he has missed significant times in the season due to injury, this year included. And he basically broke the bank last year when he hit 63 home. Struggled to hit 63, by the way. They were giving him a special baseball so he can hit that ball out of the ballpark last year. And he still struggled to hit 63. And he came up late in the game against the 7th inning. 6th inning, 7th inning, struck out with the bases loaded. He did make a good defensive play in the game against the Nationals, but he has been really... And the fact of the matter is, I noticed that he's now has his brand now with Michael Jordan. The funny thing about that, have you seen that picture? It's pretty funny, is that Michael Jordan has how many rings? 6 rings, and Aaron Judge has 0. He didn't even have a championship ring. And he's doing that iconic picture of himself. Pathetic. Pathetic. But I would say that he's 31 years old. This is Aaron Judge. And that is going to be a contract that they will rule the day. They will rule the day they signed him to that. Rule the day. Someone told me that one time, that I would rule the day our paths crossed. Won't get into that. But the Yankees will rule the day that they signed Aaron Judge to that massive contract. And again, the Giants will have dodged a major bullet this offseason. They dodged the bullet with Carlos Correa. They dodged the bullet with Aaron Judge. 2 guys that their production is pathetic to the money that they're getting for their respective teams. The only guy that's earning his money is Gerrit Cole. Gerrit Cole, it doesn't matter. I'm sure his mother calls him Jerry. But Cole's the only guy that's on that team that's worth his weight in gold. He's pitched great. He's not going to win Cy Young, but he's pitched really well. It's really quite amusing to me that for how many years the media here were trying to push him as the best pitcher in town when the Mets had Jacob deGrom. But anyway, all this money wasted. Stanton, LeMahieu, Rodon, Hicks, Cole, and Judge. And currently this team is how many games under 500? 5 games under 500. Now, Aaron Hicks is not here, but you get the point. And I would mention this as an interesting side note. I saw this. Since the trade of Joey Gallo to the Los Angeles Dodgers, the New York Yankees are 88-93. when they made the trade for Joey, the Yankees were 98-59. That is where balance comes in. There is 0 balance with the Yankees. They do not have any prominent left-handed hitters other than Anthony Rizzo, and obviously he's hurt with this, being in this concussion protocol, whatever it is. But he has been out, so they don't really have any prominent left-handed hitters on their team. It's just quite weird to see the Yankees not have any, big left-handed bat in the middle of the lineup. They've always had that when they were successful. Like I mentioned, other players yesterday. It was Don Mattingly, big lefty hitter. Tino Martinez, Hideki Matsui, Chris Chambliss, Reggie Jackson. You can go back. Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. There really has been very few right-handed hitters that was really successful with the Yankees. Even a handful, really, to be honest with you. Joe DiMaggio, Derek Jeter, to a lesser extent Aaron Judge. But Aaron Judge has there's a lot there that he needs to work on. Staying healthy is one of them. And for him to be of equal value to this contract that he signed, he's going to have to get on the field and stay on the field. Now, Yankee fans are going to be dealing with a lot of stuff now. There's going to be a lot of sort of spasms going on within Yankee land. Back in April, I did a video on the Yankees, and a family member of mine texted me very angrily, saying, "You better say something nasty about the Mets. They're not playing much better." I understand, which I did. But the Yankees are in big trouble because now that we're talking about a number from 1982. The 1982 Yankees were 79-83. Like I said, for Gene Michael and Clyde King. They lost 9 in a row on that team. Give you an idea of what kind of team that was. That team had Ken Griffey Sr. on it. It had Ron Guidry on it. It had Dave Winfield, a young Don Mattingly, Willie Randolph, an older Craig Nettles, Roy Smalley. This was a team that really, very, very similar to this one. Very similar in a lot of ways. Because the 1981 Yankees went to the World Series with this same group, and they kind of got old at the same time. So you basically, and an older Goose Gossage on that team. So this is a team that is very similar to that team in a lot of ways. Now, the last time the Yankees had a losing record was in 1992. Who was the manager then? The Mets' current manager, Buck Showalter. They were 76-86. But 3 years prior to that, the Yankees were so bad. That's how they were able to draft Derek Jeter, by the way. In 1991, they were 71-91. In 1990, they had Stunt Merrell. Man, I know Stunt Merrell, but Stunt Merrell was the manager of that team. And the thing I recall about him is after the game, after a bad Yankee loss, they always found him. Because I always heard the clips on the Iman show where he would be basically eating after the game. So they always catch him while he's eating his after game meal. It was crazy. In 1990, Stunt Merrell took over for Bucky Dent. Believe it or not, Bucky Dent managed the Yankees in 1990. They were 67-95. In 1989, the Yankees were 74-87. When, future manager Dallas Green was the manager, and then Bucky Dent took over. Dallas Green managed the Yankees, and after his interaction with George is like, this guy, this is not my kind of guy. And you fired him pretty quickly because Dallas was very honest about how bad the Yankees were. Plus, they traded Ricky Henderson, got him out of here, seduced him out of here, sent him to Oakland while Oakland won the World Series. But a couple other things before I end this video. Of course, subscribe along the way if you're amused by this. Anthony Volpe, the very hyped prospect that the media and the Yankees dropped on you fans. I feel bad for you. He is hitting .216. He's got 17 homers, but his OPS is .689. 700 is considered average for a major league player. His offense is pathetic. He strikes out a ton, doesn't walk enough, doesn't steal a lot of bases for a guy that's supposed to steal a lot of bases. And like I said, his defense isn't very good. He's batting fifth in this lineup. So that tells you pretty much where this Yankee team is at this point in time. They suck. There's no other way to say it. They're terrible. They stink. This Yankee team stinks. But quickly, why the Yankees are in a lot of trouble right now, just in terms of the franchise. They have debt on Yankee Stadium. The investors want the club to be profitable, and that's in terms of the Yes Network. The Steinbrenner family has a very luxurious lifestyle, so that has to be, taken care of. And obviously they cannot spend their way out of this complete total monkey crap that they put themselves in. But finally, the Roosters have come home to roost. I don't think I said it right. But anyway, you get the idea. Let me know what you think about this video. And of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hood too. Thanks for watching. Have a good night, and I'll see you later.